Oh yeah, I suppose I should... turns out Realmist Masterpiece Edition was released in 2014, so... not as appropriate as for an anniversary right now. Would have been more appropriate last year, I guess. So anyway, we're on the ship that has been merged into this rocky island. And we can't descend any further into it since it's flooded. Over here, we have a lighthouse. We just go across this precarious planks. Well, the lighthouse is also flooded. And there's a key on the floor. Well, key chained to the floor. If we climb up this ladder, there's a lock up here. But how can we get a key up there if it's chained to the floor? Kind of strange. Oh yeah, and then the other half of the ship is over there, which could go around to it. Oh yes, there's a passage right here, but it's also flooded. And here's the prow of the ship, I guess. There's a passage over here, which is also flooded. We can climb up the rock using this winding staircase made of planks. And there's a telescope here. But, whoops. Should be able to adjust it. Yeah, okay. And it's got markings of degrees, so we can examine things. Well, there's the lighthouse at 135 degrees. Looks like. But we have no idea what we're really doing or what we're looking for just yet. So there's one more place we can go at this moment. Across these planks, we can find the umbrella platform. And there are 3 switches here, so let's start with the left one. That sounded like a pump running, but just what was pumped? Oh. Okay, that one drained the ship. Which, we can actually use the flashlight here. Which, I don't think you could use the flashlight in the original game. We can actually go down here. And there's a table here. There doesn't appear to be anything. Because we haven't really accomplished anything just yet. This is actually where the linking book will appear once we've finished the final puzzle. We explored here the original game because of the lack of flashlight. I don't think you could go down here until you had done what you were supposed to do. So, let's go ahead and press the middle button, which activates another pump. And we should be able to move over here. And, okay, this has drained these passageways in the center here. So if we go down this left one... let's see... Can we do anything here right now? Okay, maybe. There's a door here and a button. And we find a rather opulently decorated bedroom. There's well-crafted furniture. There's objects of art. I think we can interact with the dresser. Yeah. What is... And there's... a syringe or needle, it looks like, and drugs, maybe? Kind of odd. This globe. And we have another dresser here, which we can examine. Coins, jewelry and gems, dishware, and candles. Fine cloths. This one's empty. And we find the red page in the bottom. So this was Cirrus's room, it would seem. I'm not sure you could actually descend here in the original Myst until you had completed another puzzle here, but it's a little interesting. Maybe you could have, but I don't think it would allow you as the thing. Like, the screen to go down wouldn't exist, is the thing. But this tunnel's also been drained, so we can descend here. And at the bottom of this tunnel, there's another door with a button. And we have found Akinar's room. There's the blue page on this rather austere bed. And that looks like a ribcage lantern. That's morbid. Antlers, maybe? A mask of some sort? This is intriguing. So you press the button and it projects the image of a rose, but if you manipulate this slider, it morphs into a skull. Definitely morbid. And I think we can check the drawers here as well. Let's see. This looks like a map of something. Might have been one of the ages that the book was burnt. Another map. Another map. I don't remember all these maps in the original Myst, but I don't know if I ever really looked at this dresser. Huh. A half of a torn page. Markers the vault is located. The island of Achieveri. Instructions are full. Each of the marker. Turn everyone on position. Then, as a final step, there to the... Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And there's one more map. So, we have a couple of mysteries. Namely, that torn page. And, well, the other puzzles in this age as well. So let's head back up, and let's head over back to the Umbrella Island. And let's try the one switch we haven't yet, which is this one. Okay, so we head back. You know, the ship is flooded, and the tunnels are flooded, but if we head over to the lighthouse, it's been drained, and now we can climb these stairs down. And it looks like there's a chest at the bottom of the lighthouse. Come on. And it's also locked. No way to get the key down here, though, since it's chained to the floor. But there's this weird spigot on the side of the chest. Huh. So there was water in the chest. But now the water's drained out, so the chest is going to be full of air. So if we close the spigot, the chest should now be filled with mostly air. which means that it should float now. So, if we head up the stairs, which seems to be a lot easier said than done right now, then, if we flood the lighthouse again, which I'll do by pushing the center button to drain the tunnels. Then if we head back to the lighthouse, yes, the chest is floated up to the key. So now we just use the key on the treasure chest, and there was a key in that chest as well. So we can take the key and climb up the ladder and unlock the trap door. That gets us into the upper lighthouse. So, what we can do here is, there's a battery here and a hand crank generator. So what we can do is we can hold down to crank up the generator to charge the battery. Okay, the battery is now fully charged, so we've got a limited amount of time to do what we need to do. What we need to do is go out on top of the rock. Oh yeah, I think in the original Myst, you had to do that so that, yeah, that the tunnels would light up, and then you could explore the brothers' rooms. Flashlight certainly helped with that, though. But yeah, we can go up here now. And if we check this, then... Oh, come on. I don't remember it being this much of a problem in the original game, but maybe I was misremembering. Okay, well that's the lighthouse at 135 degrees. Okay, well, again, that's supposed to be your clue, and I think in the original game you couldn't really see it that well. I mean, at least you could see the light, which was your real clue. You couldn't really see the lighthouse through the fog. But what you're supposed to do is you have to go back down into the tunnels. And partway down, there should be a rather suspicious... Yeah. Okay, yeah, now that we've powered up the lighthouse, this red square is glowing, so we can click on it. And it opens a recessed... Well, the panel opens up and we find a hidden area. So that brings us to the compass room. Which, if we click it... So, the clue is the lighthouse and the telescope. It is at 135 degrees. So, starting up here at 0, we go all the way around. So this is 90, this is 180. So halfway between them is, is that 135? I don't think so. Yeah, that sounds, is that right? Yes. Yeah, so here at the lower right point of this compass. And so what that did was, it activated the floodlights. And I think there's supposed to be a submersible somewhere around here. Yeah, I think it's over there, maybe. I think we turned its lights on. Yeah, it's just out there. We switched its lights on. So, what happens is if if you pick the wrong, well, if you push this button, or no, you just click there. If you push the wrong button, then the power goes out, and you have to fumble your way through the dark, which was a lot harder in the original game, although I think there's red emergency lighting that goes on if that happens. But if you do mess up, you have to go all the way back to the lighthouse and crank up the battery again. Okay, so we switched the light on. Now we have to go back into the ship, which means draining the water. And that means going back here, then going down into the ship again. And now that the light's on, we can actually see a bit more. And because the light's... yeah, I think the submersible is right there. So now when we go here... yeah, if we click on the table, linking book rises up out of here. And, yeah, the achievement unlocked Stone Ship Age. Huh. Considering how I didn't think I had messed up that much here, I would have thought I would have gotten more achievements. Considering, well, what, there were 2 that could be earned in the Selenitic Age? The Perfect ATU and Never Lost? Oh well, whatever. We can go ahead and put the red page in the red book and hear more from Cirrus.